Let us look at this equation that has brackets. So before we can solve this equation, we first need to expand the brackets. So we say 4 times 3x is 12x. Now to expand the brackets, we need to distribute 4 throughout, meaning we need to multiply 4 by each term inside of the brackets. So we say 4 by 3x is 12x. 4 by negative 1 is negative 4. And then, well, this is just 64 because we've done nothing there. And now we can just solve our equation as we usually would using transposition. We have no more terms in x, so we can just bring down this 12x. Of course, the objective is to get x by itself on the left-hand side. So I need to move this minus 4 to the other side. Since it's minus 4, when I move it to the other side, it will become plus 4. So this gives me 12x is equal to 64 plus 4, which is 68. And then this will give me, since this is 12 times x is equal to 68, then x is equal to 68 divided by 12. And you can leave your answer as is, but it's always advisable when you have fractions to reduce. So these two numbers can be reduced using, I would say, well, 2, because they're both even numbers. So let's say 2 could go into 12 6 times, and 2 can go into this. 2 into 6 is 3, 2 into 8 is 4. So we get 34 on 6. We can go again, both even. 2 into 6 is 3. 2 into 34, well, 1, remainder 1, so 17. So x is equal to 17 over 3. Example 2, 3 minus 2 by x minus 2 is equal to 8. So let us expand our brackets. Well, let's just bring down 3 because there's nothing that we can do with it as yet until we distribute 2 throughout the brackets and then simplify, right? So here in the previous example, we didn't have a minus, a negative number on the outside of the brackets, but in this one we do. So we have to consider this minus 2 when we are multiplying by x and then by minus 2. So first we say negative 2 or minus 2 by x will give me minus 2x. And then we say minus 2 times minus 2. Well, they are both negatives, so it will be positive 4. And all of that is equal to 8. And now we continue to, well, let's simplify first on the left-hand side. So this is still minus 2x. Minus is the sign, or negative is the sign of 2x. So you have to bring that sign down when you're moving 2x, right? And then 3 plus 4 is 7. So we have negative 2x plus 7 is equal to 8. Next step is we want to get to the x's on one side and the constants on the other side. So we bring down this minus 2x, and we're going to carry positive 7 to the other side. Since it's positive 7, when I move it to the right-hand side, it becomes minus 7. So this will give me negative 2x is equal to 8 take away 7, which is 1. And therefore, if negative 2x is equal to 1, then x is equal to 1 divided by negative 2. And since this is a positive divided by a negative, the answer will be negative a half. This one is interesting because we have brackets on either side of the equation. So the first step will be to remove those brackets by distributing, right? So we bring down 3x. We're not doing anything with that as yet. We're going to look at negative 2 times 4, which will give me negative 8. And then negative 2 times negative 5x. Two negatives give me a positive. So this will become 10 plus 10x. On this side, we have 2 times x, which is 2x, and 2 times 7, which gives me 14, and all of that added to 1. And now we can simplify. So we add our like terms. So we have 3x plus 10x on this side, which will give me 13x. There's no other term, no other constant, so minus 8 remains by itself. On the right-hand side, 2x is the only term in x, so we just bring that down. And then we say 14 plus 1 is 15. And now I'm going to group my like terms on one side of the equation and then the next side of the equation. So I want to move 2x from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. I bring down the 13x. I'm not doing anything with that as yet. I move 2x to the left-hand side. Now this is positive 2x. So when I move it to the left-hand side, it becomes negative. And then I bring down 15 because I'm not doing anything with that as yet. I'm going to move minus 8 from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. Since it is minus, it becomes positive, plus. And let's simplify. 13 minus 2 is 11. So 11x is equal to 15 plus 8 is 23. So if 11 times x is 23, then x would be equal to 23 divided by 11. Now you could leave your answer like this. You can change it to a decimal or you can change it to a mixed number. Anything will be fine and acceptable. Let's do another one with brackets on either side. So number 4, say we have 3x again. Take away 4 times 1 minus 3x is equal to 2x minus x plus 1, right? So this one is a little different. I'll show you what is the different part. Of course, we have brackets on both sides, so we want to remove those brackets. We bring down 3x because we're not doing anything there with it. And now we distribute 4 throughout the brackets. Now this 4, the sign of it is minus. So minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 times negative 3x will give me a positive because a minus by a minus is a positive. So this will be plus 12x. We're done with the left-hand side now. For now, equal 2x, nothing to be done there. Now here, we don't have a number in front of the bracket, but I like to pretend like if I just have minus and then a bracket, I pretend that I have a 1 in front of there because it just makes it easier for me, right? So I would say this is minus 1 times x, which is minus x, and then minus 1 times positive 1. A minus by a positive is a minus, so this will also be 1. So I want you to pay attention to when they do not put a constant in front of the brackets, rather they just have a sign. Well, really you can think of it as being 1 in front of the bracket, or you could just think of the sign. So minus by x would be minus x, and minus by positive 1 will be minus 1. And now we could go ahead with simplifying and grouping our like terms. So on the right-hand side, we have 2 terms in x. 3x plus 12x will give me 15x. I bring down this minus 4. Be sure when you're moving terms on the same side to maintain the sign, right? This is minus 4. So I bring down the minus there. And then on my right-hand side, I have 2x take away x, which will just give me x. And then I have minus 1, so I bring that down. All right. The next step, I want all my x's on one side and all my constants on the other side. So I'm going to bring down 15x here. I'm going to move x from this right-hand side to the left-hand side. Now this is a positive x. So when I bring it to the left-hand side, it becomes a minus. So it'll be minus x. On this side, I have negative 1 still. The sign of 1 here is minus. I'm going to bring minus 4 to the right-hand side. So it will become plus 4. So 15x minus x would give me 14x. And then negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So if 14 times x is 3, x would be equal to 3 divided by 14.